time. Giorgio with the body. The young 16-year-old really showed Gowers how to position yourself there.
He was playing the game at the highest level at just 16 years of age.
And he will be out to help John Giorgio, the latest teenage sensation to make the big time.
He had dreams of a big career, of playing football with his childhood heroes.
You know, be with the best, with the elite. Like, especially at my age, you're sort of playing with your, you know, guys you sort of admire and that, like it and low. You've got posters of them up in your room. So to play next to them, it's just, you know, something else.
A dream short-lived, but definitely not gone.
I suppose while you're playing the game, you always want to play at the highest level. So you do everything you sort of can to achieve that. And I think now it opens the eyes to the AFL clubs, or the Victorian AFL clubs anyway, a bit more to our competition. And
the journey towards rekindling his beloved AFL career continues at Frankston.
Giorgio, he'll kick it, Roscoe. John Giorgio.
Tonight, John Giorgio has something to prove as he leads the Dolphins into battle against the Murray Kangaroos in Monday Night Football.
Yes, good evening everyone. Welcome once again to Waverley Park for round 13 action in the VFL between Frankston and the Murray Kangaroos, and at 24 years of age it'll be interesting to see how John Giorgio performs tonight. Well, it's great to be back, and here's a man who's just recovering from the Collingwood reunion over the weekend. Peter Dacos. Hello, Dakes.
Haven't recovered yet. I don't know when that may start, but it was a terrific weekend, and I'm really interested to see how John Giorgio goes. I've noticed he's only still 24 years of age, and the ground is in sensational condition.
As always, and we're very happy to have from Frankston Michael O'Neill joining us in the commentary box tonight. Michael, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
And is it going to be a close contest? I think they're pretty evenly matched, these sides.
I think so, and we can expect a pretty tight contest right across the ground, I think.
Yeah, I think judging from what Macy had to say in the rooms, I think expect the fireworks early, especially.
Well, we'll get to see that in just a moment. Dakes, here's the ladder, and we see Frankston having recorded 6 wins and 6 losses. We could easily call them the fortnight footballers at the moment because their wins have been in rounds 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and 11. And the bad news for the Murray Kangaroos is this is round 13. So they seem to perform well in the odd numbers, and the Murray Kangaroos have recorded victories in rounds 5, 9 and 10. We're down in the Frankston rooms. The boys warming up down there, getting ready for the game, and as Dakes suggested, we'll be hearing from coach Robbie Mace very shortly. But as Dakes has suggested as well, the ground is in absolutely magnificent order, as it always is out here at Waverley Park. And one fella who can tell us firsthand what the ground is like is down there. Crackers Keenan, good evening to you.
How are you, Peter and Dakes? I can see that you've recovered from the reunion. I wasn't invited by Craig Kelly, and I was very upset over that, the Collingwood reunion. He spent 10 years down there.
Well, unfortunately, Crackers, it was a room that could hold 80. There were 40 there, and you just would have just pushed that to the limit. So,
as you were saying, Dakes, you've been down here. The conditions are tremendous tonight. Pretty good for football. And I've just looked up, and one of my mate's son's an umpire. I don't like that bloke any longer. I found out he spawned an umpire. That's shocking. Shocking news. But it's going to be a nice game. I'm looking forward to it. I reckon Frankston will give them a real hurry up tonight. They're pretty committed. I've seen them play a couple of times this year.
Righto, Crackers, thanks very much. Let's head down to the rooms now and hear what Robbie Mace had to say to his players before the match.
Williamstown, 4 quarters, couldn't go with us. Collingwood couldn't go with us. Sandringham for 3.5 quarters. We're in trouble. Hard and tough at the footy. And remember what we said during the week. Right? I reckon that they weren't doing this. At our best when we carry that out. Even teamwork, even effort by all players, even distribution. Put them in your head, that's the way we play.
Robbie Mace chatting to his charges before the game. There is the Frankston lineup. Michael O'Neill, has anything been made of the fact that I mentioned that they are the fortnightly footballers at the moment? They can't string 2 wins together.
Yeah, it's quite a strange season so far, and there's been a big focus about stringing some wins together. And if you look at the ladder previously, they really do need to get some wins on the board to push for the final 8.
Dakes, as we have a look at the Murray Kangaroos lineup next. Ross Smith is the coach. Some very familiar faces there.
Well, very much so, and when you consider where their ladder's standing at the moment, quite surprising when you consider that probably Robbie Scott's been thereabouts for most of the season. They've had, Capuano's there this evening, Calthorpe's been there, Durkay for most of the year. You've got Hewitt that's been there. So pretty much a talented lineup when you consider the AFL experience.
Well, let's take a look at some of the players to watch, and first of all, for the Frankston lineup, Daniel Clark and Damien Clark. First of all, tell us about Daniel.
Well, Daniel Clark there, he's about a 6'7" ruckman. He has pushed forward in recent weeks and he's managed to kick quite a few goals. He's very hard to match up when he sits down in the goal square, very tall and good overhead.
And Damien Clark, well, he's kicked a few goals this season.
He has indeed. He's come back to Frankston from a year in Queensland. He started the season down back, but he's pushed forward and I think he's either second or third in the goal kicking at the moment. You'll see him floating back into packs to take marks tonight.
Now, some of the Murray Kangaroos players that we're going to watch. What about Brady Rawlings? He's a young veteran.
Well, he's actually probably come on this season. I think he's shown a little bit of skills through the year. Very hard to break in and be a consistent performer in that Roo main team. So I think he'll get his turn soon. But Ryan Pagan, well, he come under a little bit of criticism through the year. He's an on-baller, in and at 'em type player. Will put his head down over the ball, do the hard things, and probably got a lot of the tagging roles early in the year.
Number 39 is Ryan Pagan. Number 3 is Brady Rawlings tonight. They're amongst the men to watch. There's Robert Scott, the man who has played, well, a heap of games for Geelong and a heap for the Kangaroos as well. Premiership player in 1996. Let's go to the break and then we'll come back to Waverley Park with the opening bounce here on C7 Sport. Getting close to a start here at Waverley Park in the match between Frankston and the Murray Kangaroos. And before play tonight, Crackers Keenan has caught up with Kangaroos coach Ross Smith.
Coach of the Murray Kangaroos, Ross, hard one tonight?
Yeah, they're all hard, I suppose. The traditional VFL sides in particular, they've got a more senior sort of crop, so they generally give us a fairly tough game.
You've got a mixture of kids from up in the Ovens of Murray and your usual team.
That's right, we've got a good mix of guys who are sort of in their 20, 21 year bracket, plus kids who have just come out of the under-18 system to filter in and sort of give the side a bit of balance.
Well, best of luck with Waverley's going to put a great night on for you tonight.
Terrific, thanks Crackers.
No worries, back to you, Pete.
Thanks, Crackers. Rossi Smith down there. There's Matty Capuano, dual premiership player, along with David Calthorpe. Another premiership player back in 93 with Essendon. So, Dukes, they've got a fair bit of experience out there.
Well, I'm really interested to see how they'll go about their football and, more importantly, where they're going to be played, I suppose. I'm really interested to see 3 wins for the season is not a lot when you consider the type of talent that has gone through their VFL team. Craig Scholl at different times has also found himself back in the twos.
All right, they're getting ready. Daniel Clark, Giorgio, Lawrence and Malloy starting in the centre for Frankston. Calthorpe, Capuano, Pagan, and looks like Ainley starting in the centre for the Kangaroos.
Isn't it a nice change, though? A beautiful night for footy. You made mention of that.
Yeah.
When you consider possibly the past month out here has been, rain. We've had rain and hail and windstorms. You name it, we've had it.
And at least Crackers isn't wearing that stupid hat tonight, which is good because it's currently 10 degrees and the expected low is just a balmy 8, so should be a beautiful night for footy. Robbie Mace giving the fingernails a bit of a workout before the game, and we'll be able to hear some of the things that he's got to say.
Robbie Mace.
Yep.
Bip, bip.
Tough man on the field, wasn't he?
Roadrunner. Yeah, oh no, terrific player on the field. I suppose when you talk about being committed, Robbie Mace was well up there.
All right, here we go. Opening bounce, round 13 VFL action at Waverley Park.
Yeah, good start, Benny.
Clark and Capuano. Clark went to the ground straight away. And the ball in dispute. One of the Kangaroos players got one high and you could see the expression on his face, a grimace. Robert Scott there, like a rolling ball in rugby. Quickly taken by Murray that time. He drives Frankston forward, up into the pocket. Williams first to it, trying to turn his man inside out. Got the handball off. He was held a fair while in the tackle. Ball eventually bounces back and spills over the line in front of the C7 Sports sign.
Gee, Mark Hilton's decent-sized boy for the Murray Kangaroos.
Isn't he?
Well, it should be a pretty good game, and if I could just make mention again, the Roos, gee, they're in a bit of trouble in the AFL. I suppose when you consider they've lost Archer, who'll be out for a while, now Mickey Martin.
And what a performance it was by the Western Bulldogs yesterday. We'll come back to that shortly. Well, it could have been a holding free kick there to Frankston. They might have been a little lucky to get out of that, the Murray.
Danger.
Kangaroos. Scott's kick ricocheted off a player.
Deliberate.
Now he's pinged for deliberate out of bounds, and David George will take the free kick. But he is going to be on a tight angle and get the ball wedged between the posts here if he's not
He's a
careful.
left footer here, David George, so this should suit him here. He might run around and have a snap at goal here, but a left footer, so he should be suited in this pocket.
So has he kicked a few goals this season?
He's only played a few games so far this year. He's had some injuries, but he is a very talented player.
Well, there's a great shot of the angle that faces him, and he goes short. And that's terrible defence and very good spotting. And Bevan Malloy, who is standing by himself about 12 metres out from goal. You think we might see the runner go out to someone in a minute after that, Dakes?
I think so.
Bevan Malloy.
Just shouldn't be on, really.
No. And he'll kick the first goal, and he does. So Frankston first on the board. They lead by 6 points, and we've been playing 4.5 minutes in the opening quarter here at Waverley Park.
Well, it'll be interesting to see where he has actually come from, Bevan Malloy. He's running back into the middle of the ground, so it'll be interesting to see who his direct opponent is. It looks like it may be Ryan Pagan, possibly. So certainly coming down from midfield and certainly caught the Murray Kangaroos unaware.
Let's head down to Crackers for the first time tonight.
Yes, and I've got Ian down here. There's been Barrington for North Melbourne in the front row, and he's been since 1954. Ian, you're committed.
Yes, true and true.
Now, who's the best player you've ever seen play for North Melbourne now, the Kangaroos?
Or Eilert, Ishtamura, Teasdale, Carey, of course.
What about Keith Gregg? What foot did he kick with?
Keith Gregg was a beautiful player. Very, very smooth running, kicking. And yourself, you were a good player too.
I like the man. Now, was he a right footer? Was Keith Gregg a right footer or not?
Yes. So as far as I know, yeah.
Thanks, Crackers.
Not just back to you, Peter Dake. I ran into Keith Gregg the other day. He said, tell Dakes to keep on taking his tablets. Back to you, Peter.
The Roos, Murray Kangaroos, as into half forward. That's a good mark by Evan Hewitt. Right on it now. So he's had a bit of senior footy this season, back in the twos now to find some form. He'll go out wide, and Robbie Scott now. So they've sent the ball and a chance to go forward. So he'll go straight at goal. He'll land the ball about 15 from goal. Punched away. They'll get out Frankston. It'll land in the hands of Calthorpe. It'll go to Capuano, who kicks a goal.
All clear.
So if we were talking about an easy goal to Frankston earlier through Malloy, doesn't get any easier than that. So Matty Capuano working into an attacking position in front of the goal square, virtually in the goal square, and this ball from Calthorpe, Lux of Fortune getting through, and Matty Capuano, you can understand if he was mighty surprised when that ball came out to him. Mark, well down the ground, dragged down. I think he's in pursuit of Brent Williams of Frankston. Inboard, that's another strong mark. Lowther's got it for the Roos. So they'll go into attack. As you said, Donners, I suppose they have got the bigger men. They're bare in the air, and there's Hewitt now taking mark. So they're three big players. Certainly the build-up started with Hilton, got into that wing position, and now ends up with Hewitt. All decent marks, key position players getting the Roos going.
Don't lock it up down here, guys.
So Hewitt will go back now.
Generally not a bad kick either, Dukes.
Yeah. And they really should be bread and butter to a lot of these guys. I mean, these standing shots from inside 50, and they are kicking the ball a long way these days. Certainly 50's not a problem. So this one from 40, straight over the umpy's head. That was a beauty. So they have their third now, the Roos. They started slowly. Frankston had the first, but the Murray Kangaroos have been able to score the next 3 goals, and they go out to a handy 13-point lead. That's 3-2-20. To the Roos, Frankston 1-1-7.
And Michael, it's probably the bigger players for the Kangaroos who are causing the damage at the moment.
Yes, I believe so. And you've got Chris Holcomb there, who's only about 6'1", playing on Evan Hewitt. So there's quite a mismatch there.
So 13 points the margin. He's going to poor kick. Hewitt takes an easy mark. The target was Anderson. There's another Anderson, Brady Anderson, takes the mark, takes off, plays on, tucks it under his arm, kicks it long. Capuano drifting across the front. Had his name on that a fair way out, and he'll kick from 25 on about a 30-degree angle.
Well, you'd expect really the Roos to be coming out here this evening, Michael, and be exploiting Frankston, because they really do seem to be lacking the height at the moment, and really it's the big men of the Roos that are causing havoc.
Yes, it is, and the conditions tonight are perfect for the big men up forward, and they're holding on to their catches at the moment.
Capuano taking his first mark of the night, coming up for kick number 3. Not a great angle to speak of, shouldn't have any problems. He doesn't. So he's got the 4th for the Murray Kangaroos. and they've established a nice little break here. He's got 2, and it's 4-3 to 1-1, 20 points the margin, and we've been playing 19 minutes in this, the first quarter here at Waverley Park. Let's head down again to Crackers Keenan, who's down on the bench.
And I've got young Bradley just been taken off. You're talking about a while. Bradley's eaten. Bradley, how's the form out there?
Yeah, it wasn't the best, wasn't so flash. I was a few fumbles out there, so just time to think about it out here.
Now, you're from South Africa?
No, I was actually born here. My parents are from South Africa. I'm South African descent, yeah, so...
You love the ball skill?
Yeah, don't mind it. It's pretty good.
You get drafted this year?
I'm hoping to. You never know what happens.
Get back out there and have a go. Does anybody want to nail when you get out there?
Nah, just have a crack at the guy I was just playing on, so get a couple back on him, I guess.
Well, our best of luck. Back to you, Peter.
Thanks, Crackers.
Sure.
So, Calthorpe, funny old kick. They'll work the ball out. Robbie Scott now has it on that left foot. Got a teammate out wide, so they'll go now into their forward line. That looks a decent kick. That's a great kick. Doesn't get any better than that. And really the movement of the ball at the Roos at the moment, they really are not afraid to get it out wide and then be able to bring it back. And so now they've got a set shot from about 30. And Klooster it is.
Van der
Klooster.
Did it beautifully too, Dukes. He turned his man to the right on the lead and then just doubled back to the left.
Well, really, when you have a player up the ground, having had the time to kick to you, should never commit to one side of the ground. I mean, you should work it. So Klooster's made no mistake with that, as you'd expect him to do. And the Murray Kangaroos have kicked their 5th. So we are 24.5 minutes into this first quarter, and the Kangaroos certainly on top, 5-3-33 to Frankston, 1-2-8 at the moment. But here's that build-up again, all the time in the world. And as you said, Donners, he went to the right, then snuck back around, and his Frankston opponent really no man's land. I think it was it the skipper? Was it Bergman?
It was sensational. I couldn't ask for a better start. But boys, it's only one quarter, okay? It's not always going to go our way. It's not going to go our way all night. At times throughout the course of the game, it's going to sway back in their direction. We just got to make sure that we don't drop off in the Endeavour area, because the Endeavour area has been absolutely tremendous. Bomber in front first to move. Stewie running down the field. Kent, where are you? Running down the field. Listen, I don't mind the forwards taking their man down the other end, okay? I know crowds our end a little bit, but it makes sure that it keeps their blokes on it.
Here's Crackers down on the boundary.
It's Peter, and I've got Claire Silvio, who's son out there tonight, number 45, Clint Silvio, and you originally come from Mauritius.
Yes, I do. I am from Port Louis, which is the capital of Mauritius.
And when you come over to Australia, you embrace football?
Actually, I started following football when he started playing with the under-12 with Rye.
And then now he's up at Frankston. How do you enjoy? You've got the whole family here tonight watching Frankston?
Oh, we do. Love it. Best team.
You think you'll get drafted?
Hopefully.
Well, there you go. But this mother, I think she's one-eyed, to say the least. Back to you, Peter.
Yes, well, we just saw, unfortunately, a shocking error from Mark Corn.
You can put that top of the bloopers at the end of the year.
Yes, and I think we might see the runner going out there, and that was Van der Klooster taking advantage of it. That was a terrible kick.
Oh, we've got to get these replay boys into action. That was a shocking kick. Boys have been able to take a mark. Durkay couldn't on that occasion. So Roos into attack. They've got to control this ball. Danger with Capuano lining up and kicking his 3rd. So once more, terrific game from Matty Capuano. I mean, he's running into some real form now. We're 8 minutes into this second quarter. He has 3 goals and clearly their leading scorer. But is that ball going in again and just not controlling it? And I think keeping it in the central part of the ground really does get you into trouble. You've got to be sure with your handling there. And Matty Capuano able to slip in and really showed some terrific agility.
Michael, that's twice that errors, as Dake said, came back into the centre area in front of goals, and it's cost them 2 goals.
By Murray there, dropped his head in the end. The Roos will go forward. Lowther's underneath this. Good use of the body. It'll come out wide and the Kangaroos will run off through Stevens. So he'll centre the ball. Why not? They've been good in the air. That's another mark out there. It's Lascock. So he turns around quick. Great kick. Great kick. He's got Hewitt. So they're really just, I think, the speed of the game at the moment. If anything, they're wrong footing Frankston, and it's about keeping your head down. It's about the concentration side of the game. There's a decent knock on Matty Capuano, and terrific work from Capuano. Able to balance up quickly, get the ball out, but more importantly, here's Evan Hewitt. Has a goal, lining up for his second. And Donna's is just shaking their head. It is just a beautiful kick, just nodding in approval.
There's the difference, Dakes. A kick from 15 metres out directly in front, a kick from 35 to 40 metres out directly in front. One misses, one kicks. It's a 2-goal turnaround.
Well, I think you're spot on. The thing is, Donna's, Michael, the thing in football is the greatest luxury is being able to take a mark inside 30 and go back with no pressure. Take all the time in the world. The game can't start without you moving the ball on, and you shoot at goal.
Lawrence flips the hand pass over the top. Chain of handballs from Frankston. Let's see what they can do this time as they come up towards half forward. Comes to the back. Scott, made a mistake. He'll need to make up for it. Cochrane somehow got it back to Scott. He goes
off the ground, yes.
Yeah, that's a goal.
He's got it.
He didn't get it enough of a hand on it, Robert Scott. He made 2 mistakes there right in front of goal, and dashing him was Burnell. And Burnell has kicked the goal. So Frankston has its second, 2-5 to 8-6, the margin back to 37 points. Experienced player Robert Scott. There was the first error, Dakes, and the second one was, if you're going to bang it through, make sure it goes through.
No, well, he was looking for Cochrane there, and I was quite surprised that he was going away from goal, which is fair enough, but he really should have gone a lot wider, a lot longer to try to get it out of the area. He put Cochrane under a bit of pressure, but good pressure, more importantly, Michael, from the Frankston boys.
Yeah, that's what they're looking for there. And you see Dean Burnell there kicking a goal. He's moved from the back line. He loves a goal more than anyone.
So, Calthorpe will get the Roos out. Rawlings now will send them into attack. Land the ball into open space. Out comes their skipper in Bergman. Well done was Lascock. Get it out. Rawlings ends up with Rawlings about 45 from goal. That's home. No mistake from Brady Rawlings. That's his first. And the Roos just making easy work of it at the moment. 9-6-60. There's the scores. 2-5-17. 22 and a half minutes in to this second quarter. And the Roos at the moment just getting better and stronger.
Just got numbers at the footy, haven't they?
Yeah. I think their skill level's a lot better, and when they're kicking to a teammate and their teammate has an opponent on him, they're kicking it out in front of him, giving him every opportunity. He gets his 2 steps, and more importantly, not trying to be silly. They've got players in support, and they're giving the ball off.
See the handle.
Frankston are very crowded up forward too.
We're back in the middle again, and yet again, Kangaroos coming into attack. Stevens was the man who kicked it forward. Free kick will go to young Woodley, Christian Woodley. Van der Klooster calling for it on the lead. He kicks it to Capuano, who should mark it in the goal square, and he does. Too easy. Just the height there, a real factor. Daniel Clark getting back, but too late. And so Capuano is going to increase the lead to 49 points, and he was never going to miss this, Dakes.
No, you called it beautifully, Donners. No, he had the sit, and I think had everything going for him, and more importantly, eyes on the ball. There he is, taking it in amongst players. Greatest pressure I've always said is peripheral pressure. He knew he was going to be crunched, but absorbed that and took a mark.
8th kick coming up. He kicks the goal. So that's another one to the Murray Kangaroos. So it's 8 kicks to Matty Capuano, 10 disposals, 3 marks. And now he's kicked 4 goals. Wow. 10-6 to 2-5, and that's a good return from the big man.
Well, look, he's done the work of 3 guys when you consider. He's done his regular job of giving him first use. He's getting plenty of the ball around the ground himself. And when you consider, Michael, 4 goals from your ruckman, your number 1 ruckman, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
He'd be really pleased with that. And with the fact that he's kicking goals, they are looking for him up forward. And with his confidence up, he's really grabbing those.
And there, Michael Ablett. Roos will go into attack.
Pagan's paddock here.
Yeah. So running onto it there and knocking it out. Calthorpe will run onto it. So they're sharing the ball beautifully. Selection of options is good. He goes backwards. Getting a little bit tricky and chipping it up there is Woodley. That's a good kick.
Let him go.
And
that's it now.
Robbie Mace not too happy.
Okay.
On the phone again. Geez, he'd be working that phone overtime at the moment. But the Kangaroos through Van der Klooster have a chance again. He has 2, Donners. Has he kicked 2?
Yep.
So
close to the side, guys.
And this is just regulation. The man on the mark's 25. So you'd expect him to just kick from about just on 30 or just outside 30 metres, directly in front. So head over the ball and no mistake. So 28 minutes into this second quarter, And the lead going out well and truly now for Frankston, 11-6-72. The Murray Kangaroos in complete control, 2-5-17 Frankston at the moment, and they worked the ball well on the forward line, but I think the key has been they've been moving it in quickly, Michael, and again, a lot of space.
Yeah, in direct contrast to Frankston, they moved the ball very quickly. There was about 60 or 70 metres in front of the full forward there, and even with a bit of a fumble at half forward, they had time to turn around and find someone in plenty of space.
So the margin is 54 points at half-time. Unfortunately, we had a few little technical problems because we sent Crackers down there with a screwdriver during the third quarter. So let's rejoin the action in the third term. Should just apologise too, Dakes. We actually sent Crackers out the back towards the vans with a screwdriver, and that's the reason that we haven't been seeing a very good picture, because we asked Crackers to fix things, and he's fixed things right up.
You should have got him to lick his finger and try and work it with his finger.
Actually, hang on, I'll send a message down to the van. Can you get that down to him?
No, we shouldn't be wishing that on. He does a terrific job down at ground level.
Yes,
conditions are beautiful for him tonight. I was scared he was coming down with pneumonia the last few weeks, but Matty Capuano, I think he scored a goal.
Just the lazy 5.
So it's a fair effort for the big fella. So 5 goals for Matty Capuano. Terrific performance. And there he's on screen. I mean, he's run into the forward line, has had a bit of a workout, and has continued up working pretty well. So I can say that his conditioning is well up there. So I think he's ready for a return to football without a doubt.
And he just shrugged aside the water carrier there, Michael, and just wanted to get back to the centre and do the ruck work again.
I think you do that if you kick 5 goals from the ruck. But what you see there is Frankston have pushed their main ruckman to full forward, and as we said before, Nigel Webb's matching up on Capuano, giving away a lot of height.
Knocked down to Calthorpe. Calthorpe to Pagan. Pagan's kick under pressure to Hewitt. He marks it half forward.
Go down, Lovey, go down.
He's going to have to kick from about 51, so it'll be on his limit.
Decent kick too, he is. Oh,
that's a big kick. Big kick. Terrific goal. Hewitt, as you said before, Dakes, the players these days seem to be kicking drop punts easily 55 metres, and that would have gone between 55 and 60.
It's a beauty. And he only took 2-3 steps, I think, pretty much so. So pretty handy when you've got to play. The hardest thing in football is really to be getting it to about 30, and I said that earlier, when we do get the chance to get it within 30, take a mark, go back with all the time in the world. But when you've got a player capable of kicking outside 50, I mean, a lot easier getting the ball across half forward, taking a mark, presenting yourself more so than being sort of inside 30, inside 25, because naturally you get the opposition as it gets into that zone, racing everyone back.
As well.
Schwarter, there's Hoppy's in it, and there's
Jeff Farmer,
Stephen Phoebe.
Stephen Phoebe. Okay.
Or Matty Phoebe.
Doesn't have the ball.
All right.
Oh, one of the Phoebes.
You can't tell them
anyway.
apart,
Who cares?
whether they're on the ground or in the bar.
Wouldn't have a
Got rid of it well before. Got rid of it
about
well
getting
before.
paid there. If you
Clear
want to take
away,
a day
guys,
off,
you
just
get
send
out.
your brother in.
Straight to
No difference. So
Clear
Free
out,
kick
guys.
here.
Williams.
Yep, Brent Williams.
Yep.
Who's only had the 3 disposals. Chased the footy a fair bit in the first quarter.
I think they could do with one of these guys at certainly in that central position.
You got 1 metre
centre
there.
half back.
He's only 20 metres out. No angle to speak of. And he kicks the goal. Goal umpire doesn't have to move. So Williams gets his first and Frankston has its third. Let's take a look at the scoreboard at the 12-minute mark coming up of the third quarter. And it is 14-7-91 to 3-6-24, so the margin 67 points.
So ball coming out. Actually dropped the ball. He was lucky not to be penalised earlier. Here comes Hewitt over the top, third man up, wasn't able to take it. It'll come down, handballed out by Burnell. Bergman will just chip it out. They've got to try and hold on to those, and this is where they're falling down. Murray Kangaroos will go into attack, get it out wide. Ablett has it. So he'll go to Rawlings, great running. He'll go at goal now. He's a real chance. Durkate's in the square, and I think he's watched it go through for a goal, I think. It is. So, another goal to the Kangaroos. And really, the procession just keeps coming. 15-8-98 now to 3-7-25. And Brady Rawlings is another player that will certainly be considered this week.
Just a skill error across half-back by Frankston then, and against the quality of the North Melbourne players or the Murray Kangaroo players, they really punished them on that occasion.
It was on Thursday night, a 1-hour show, Footy Focus, 7:30 Thursday night, with the basketball on again following Footy Focus.
Now that's Teague, isn't it?
Yep.
David Teague.
It is. And he kicks it to the hot spot. Oh, Durkay, the big flyer, goes to the back, taken by Daff. He just looks for the boundary, but Robert Scott's there. Good chase that time from Lawrence, but a very good kick. And Ryan Pagan, well, he's right on his limit because he is going to have to kick from about 45.
I don't think it'll be a problem for him. I think, I don't know, it must be me, but it just doesn't look like we have measured these 50-metre arcs.
Yeah, we have.
But where have we measured it from? From the central part of the goals to the top of that arc?
Yes.
But have we done it every 5 metres? Because is it an exact arc?
Well, it doesn't matter because Ryan Pagan's kicked the goal, and you were right.
So I think it comes in. I didn't think an arc had a point like it does.
No, it is exact.
It comes in real quick.
It is exact.
All right.
It's like
I'm
the
out
old
here
days.
next 4:30 next Monday. I'm going to get one of those wheelie majigs or whatever they are. Those,
What?
you know, those
Oh, the
measuring.
wheels.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get out there, and each 5 metres, I'm going to measure back to the goals.
Well, there you go. Ryan Pagan's kicked that from 45, and he's kicked it 5 metres over the goal line, so he's kicked it 50 metres easily. And they have cracked the ton, 16-9 to 3-7.
Okay, wheelie majig. It'll come down. Calthorpe will put the Roos into attack again. Hewitt will mark. So he's got this. Man on the mark's about 35. Out from goal, virtually directly in front. Hewitt will kick this from about just over 40. I'd say he'd give himself 5, 6, 7 metres.
He won't have any problems with the distance stakes?
No.
Clear runner.
So, been a good player. Has mixed it up tonight. Been prepared to mark him on his chest under a lot of pressure and overhead, and that, no mistake, straight through the middle. So, Hewitt's done a terrific job. That's his 4th. And he, along with Capuano, the 2 big men, have shared 9 goals between them. 17-9, 111 the Roos, 3-7-25 Frankston. Here's that work out of the middle. Calthorpe. And that's what I was saying earlier about Frankston. I mean, having their problems, when they have been able to win it out, they've gone out wide and really fallen down. I think that they were better off just bombing it into the forward line, get it in, and then just everyone put your head down and get to the drop of the ball. Was probably to go back onto his right foot and just bomb it in long. So we've got this throw in near wing, just forward of wing, just favouring Frankston. Roos will get out. Rawlings knocks up getting the ball. He's had a few touches. Ablett's there. They work it out. That's a great chip over the top. He's got Hewitt, and that ball was definitely meant. Hewitt, will he go back? No, he decides to go in and go to his teammate. He's got a couple down there and taking the mark, and a good one is McCormick.
Good running.
Yep, it was good running. I don't know if his teammate, it might have been Van der Klooster or Lindsay Smith.
We had Lindsay Smith just protecting his back there. That was a good play.
Well, Lindsay Smith did the right thing, allowed McCormick to run back onto the ball, and in the end, Lindsay Smith really was the shield. So, boys combining well to end up with the ball. So McCormick will go at goal, and I think that's a nice kick. It's clapped through. So they have another, and that is their 18th of the game. And the Kangaroos, the Murray Kangaroos, 18-9, 117. Ross Smith on screen. Couldn't get any easier evening than this one. 3-8-26 is Frankston's score, and we are just over 28 minutes. And here's Evan Hewitt, been a good player. Probably, I suppose, you ask yourself just really whether the competition's been up to scratch, but you can't ask any more of him. I mean, he's won possession of the ball, he's taken his marks, he's played to his strengths, and he's finished with 4 goals.
We have to get back more than anything for next week by starting to do the 1%ers this quarter. All right?
Confidence up.
The 1%ers. Forget the bloody scoreboard. Let's get back. Let's win 1 quarter of footy. And 1 quarter of football is what I'm asking you blokes to win. This quarter of football is what I'm asking you to win. All right? Bergs, Zanin Daff is not to kick the footy in. He's not to do it. We haven't done it all year. Why tonight? It's not to happen, mate. So let's do it right.
So Robbie Mace imploring his players just to win the last quarter. They've kicked 1 goal in each of the first 3 terms, and it's a huge margin as we begin the final term. 18 goals 9 to 3 goals 8. So let's see if the Dolphins can just win the last quarter. The Kangaroos to repel it. Kingsley goes back inside the centre square. Needed to kick it well though, and he didn't. And Charles is able to bang it back in. Chance here, there's a man at the back. Clark can go with a handball, and Williams will stroll in and kick a goal. So they've kicked one goal in the first, second, third and fourth quarters now, and hopefully they can kick more than one here in the final term. 4-8 to 18-9. And the Kangaroos fullback took a punt there, Dukes, and it didn't come off.
Yeah, well, decent kick too. Bit of penetration, getting it in long. Kingsley comes out over his head, and Clark does well to give it over to Williams. It wasn't Kingsley, it was Hilton, and the shattered man too. So pretty good from Mark Hilton, I suppose. But nice goal to start the last quarter, and really that should be their goal.
Right on it, Clark.
So
stay clear, guys. Stay clear.
a few angry pills at three-quarter time. Daniel Clark, Brady Rawlings will go in. Approaching half forward, stood his ground well was Corn. So Frankston will go into attack now. I don't think that's normally allowed. That was a great thump back by Hilton. Here's a chance for another open goal. Chrissy Sullivan can go over the top. Got another man in the square. It gets there, and running into open goal is a big fella, Daniel Clark. And so Frankston managed their 5th goal of the game, and there it is, 5-8-38. Still trailing by 80 points, 18-10, 118, the Kangaroos. But Hilton, great thump back. They worked the ball in well there. Sullivan able to get it over the top. Thank God that was another metre in front of him. He may have lost that big Clarkie, but nevertheless got to it, grabbed it in his hands, Michael, and kicked a goal.
Like a big dinosaur there, and he's only just made his way back to the centre circle, so let's see how he goes for this centre bounce.
What happened in the middle there, it looked as though it was a mark, but the umpire actually played too high, and so therefore he could pay the advantage. Goes short, half volley to Hopgood. He marks, or doesn't mark, but gathers it cleverly. Clark did it nicely. Just a little nudge. At 50 metres, he kicks it up in the air. It's 1-on-1. Chance here for Williams. Can he kick another goal?
Yes,
he snapped it around his body and kicks a lovely goal.
That's a great goal.
Slow him getting up. But Frankston are doing what Robbie Mason implored them to do, and that is to win the last quarter. They've kicked 3 goals, and the Murray Kangaroos haven't managed one. We're 13 minutes in, and Frankston has its 6th.
Well, lucky to get away with that young Damien Clark there. Getting it forward, Brent Williams, a little bit hard on Hilton there, but that's what you get in a contest. Both players with their eyes on the ball, but he did very well to control this ball. Still in control of it, brings it to ground, and sandwiched between 2 players. That's a beauty, an absolute beauty for a big man too. So showed a lot of ability on that occasion, Michael.
Yeah, I think he'd be happy with that one. And Frankston are putting in a better effort this quarter.
Or is it on the full? Play on now. So I don't know what was going on there. He'll go to the square. Brent Williams is up. 2 bites. If he can get this out, he does. Giorgio will just scrape this in for another. So a late volley of goals from Frankston. John Giorgio is able to score his first, and Frankston have their 7th. So they've done well, 4 goals in just under 15 minutes in this last quarter, compared to just managing 3 for 3 quarters. Here's the effort.
We've seen 2 almost marks of the year tonight.
Yeah, Brent Williams did well, then again got it. He's a bit of play by Zeitzman, getting it in.
He's kicked the goal of the night just before, and he's gone for the mark of the night there. Almost took that one.
Well, Damien Clark was there also, but they worked it well. They had the numbers there, and even with that Zeitzman kick, they got it in deep. The kick was 40 metres into their forward line. It gives your forwards so much of a chance to go 1-on-1.
Again.
Yes!
Murray Kangaroos' last goal deep in the 3rd quarter.
That was Malloy, and I made mention that he's probably gone out of the game. And I just looked down at his stats. He's had 29 touches, so he's had a big game. My apologies.
Given it over the top, taken by Corn. He'll want to turn his man. He can go with the handball, and does. Back to Holcomb, 30 metres out, fires and kicks one. So they are playing with a bit of authority. It's way too late, but at least they're giving their supporters something to cheer about and doing what Robbie Mace told them to do. They've kicked 5 goals now in the last quarter in 16 minutes. 8-8 plays, 18 goals 10.
Well, the easiest way in football to get a kick is if you put your head down and go to the next contest. They're certainly running hard and deeper now. On that occasion, coming down was Chris Holcomb in support. So Corn, as a defender, finds himself cross half forward, goes around a player and gets it out to Holcomb. and he was able to finish off. But really, the change has been just the support and the willingness to just put the head down and work and run and get in deeper. So they'll be looking to get one back at least. So the ball will land with Bergman going up. Durkay controls the ball, foot and hand to keep it in front of him. It'll go to Hewitt. He'll get an open goal. It's all over. So Hewitt has 5. He joins Matty Capuano also on 5 goals for the evening. And the Roos get one back. 19-10-1-24 to 8-8-56 Frankston score. But here again, Durkay did well to control it, worked the ball into the clear, and then Holcomb was really outmanoeuvred by Hewitt, who was able to waltz into an open goal and finish off quite easily. 5 goals to Evan Hewitt. He's had a decent evening.
10. The margin is 67 points again. Down at ground level, here's Crackers.
Yes, and I've got Amanda down here, and, well, she's engaged to Rocky Lawrence, is that right?
I am, yes.
Now, we've got the ring. Can we put the ring up to the camera over there and show us the ring?
Oh, gosh. No.
There you go. You excited? Did it cost a lot of money?
Oh, I don't know. Ask him.
Is he playing all right tonight?
Oh, not too bad. Yeah, they're all not playing that well, though, are they?
Did you feel like a three-quarter time going out there and telling them what you thought of them?
Oh, sometimes I do. Not tonight, though. I'm calm today.
Do you follow him every week?
I do, yep.
But you're a trader, aren't you? Because you actually brag for the Roos.
I do brag for North Melbourne, but tonight I have to go with Frankston, I'm afraid.
And what do you think about his game tonight, the fiancé?
Oh, he always plays well. He's hard at the ball and he's doing okay.
You're not bad. He's pretty committed. It's a nice ring. He's committed to you. I've never seen... Princess Di's last rock was like that, Peter.
Yes, Crackers. 12 disposals, you can tell her that...
12 disposals.
Rocky Lawrence
She
has
should be
had.
kick close to the line. Holcomb keeps it in. He'll go on to wing position. Over the top, Roos a chance. He's been definitely their best, Malloy. 30 touches, I think, for Bevan Malloy. The ball will go over the line, and you can understand why, because Bevan Malloy is up around the ball, and we're going to have a boundary throw in as Calthorpe off, and
just got it inside
Mark
the line,
only,
Holcomb, as we saw.
So, ball
turns into it. Here's the best player for Frankston. Good Bevan Malloy.
Great kick, great mark.
Yeah. Good hands by Lucas Smith. Marks between wing and right half forward. Went backwards with a handball. They just employed the little chip over the top. Malloy takes a mark as the siren sounds. So that'll be his 8th mark. He's finished up with 34 disposals, but not a happy result for Frankston tonight. And the Murray Kangaroos running out comfortable winners. Let's check the final score. 19 goals, 12. So they only kicked 1 goal, 3 in the last quarter. And Frankston managed 8 goals, 10. So in the last term, they kicked 5-2. So they did what Robbie Mace asked them to do at 3/4 time. That was win the last term. So it's 19-12, 126 to 8 goals, 10, 58. And the margin at the end would be 68 points in favour of the Murray Kangaroos, with Matty Capuano kicking 5 goals and Evan Hewitt kicking 5 goals. 3 each to Rawlings and Vander Klooston. They were the main contributors. Let's head down to Crackers on the ground.
I've got Matty Capuano, Matty, and a great hit out and a good win.
Yeah, it was. We got off to a pretty good start, which is pretty important, and we followed on for that. We're probably a bit disappointing in the last quarter, but to get away with a win, that's pretty good.
Now, you almost owned the ball for 3/4.
Yeah, run out of puff a little bit in the end, and that was probably a bit disappointing, but it was good to have a 4/4 hit out.
And you love kicking those goals when you run back to the centre and get the knock out and chase it down again.
It's been a while since I've been able to kick a few goals, so it's good to have a run in the forward line and snag a couple.
Now, I hate to bring this up, but there's been a few injuries up in the seniors. Any chance this week?
Oh, well, hopefully, that's the reason why I was back here. I wasn't performing very well, and just get a few good 4/4 efforts, and hopefully this week I might be able to get up there.
You better go and join your teammates, mate, and do all that. Well done.
Thanks, Crackers. Crackers heads to the rooms now. Matthew Capuano had 22 disposals, 7 marks, 13 hit-outs, 5 goals. Pretty good return from the big man tonight. And we'll be back to wrap it up with Peter Dacos and Michael O'Neill and head to the rooms when we return to Waverley Park. The Murray Kangaroos home over the Dolphins.
Well, Dennis Pagan, not a bad win by the Murray Kangaroos.
Yeah, they did okay tonight. We had a pretty tough year, but the boys did pretty well tonight and played their best football before half time. And yeah, they did all that we would ask.
Now you've got a couple of injuries and a few of the form of a few of those blokes tonight makes it interesting.
Yeah, well, that was the good part about tonight. I don't suppose everyone wants to be playing football on a Monday night, but it was good for us because we had an opportunity to go and look at a few blokes, and they didn't let themselves down.
Is this probably the next 3 or 4 weeks probably crucial for the AFL side?
Oh, no doubt about that. We've been pretty disappointing, Pete. Haven't played anywhere near our best. Haven't been able to settle things the way we would have liked, but that goes with the territory, and we're still whacking away. And the funny thing about it, we're sitting on 4th spot, and we probably don't deserve to be there, but we're there.
Yeah, looking at Carey the other day, he just seems in the last quarter getting pretty sore, big fella.
Well, he's getting knocked around a bit, isn't he? You're playing with centre half back, so he doesn't get knocked around, and he still wins the footy there. Look, he's such a great player. He'll come up again this week and play an important part for us.
I better let you go. Thanks very much for your time.
Thanks, son.